Greetings and welcome to your Oracle message for the day. I am Kat Morgan and I welcome you to this channel, to this video, and to this space. This is a collective reading and it is timeless, so whenever you come across this video, however and whenever you find it, it's the right time for you to be getting this message. For new friends that have never been here before, please feel welcome in this space. The only thing you're going to hear from me is encouragement and support as you continue to lock yourself even deeper and more fully to your life's purpose and passion and mission, which is to be your authentic self. Full stop. That's it. So that's what you get from me here. Please feel welcome. This is always going to be what you're going to get here. For older friends that are returning, you guys know the drill. Sit back, relax, have your tea, coffee, whatever. These are extended readings, so they are a little bit longer. And I haven't looked in the book yet. We're going to be going through that together, you and I. What we're going to do for the moment is just connect with the energy that's coming to us on this card, on this image. This is the Oracle Deck Angelic Messengers from Meredith Young-Sowers. It's my 1993 vintage deck. I don't know if, I think it's available in different versions now with different, might be different pictures even, but it's a different look. It's a different setup for sure. I think I'm the only person that's got this 1993 version of it maybe, but these images are just astounding. And the messages that have been coming lately are just amazing. I'm just overwhelmed a lot of times. So we have card number 35 today, which represents change. And we know, as human beings, we don't like change. And it comes from when we were cavemen, and when something was changing, it could bring a possibility of threat, of danger. And we didn't know. So we were afraid of change. When things were changing, it made us worried. It made us feel uncertain. And if things are changing in your life right now, you may be feeling that way. It's perfectly normal. It's just understand it's our lizard brain that doesn't like change, that fears change. We know that anything that we're doing, if it's coming from a place of fear or worry, anxiety, those aren't going to bring us positive results. They can't, because they're coming from a space that's not positive to begin with. It is not possible to make something healthy from something that's poisonous unless you add in a whole bunch of other stuff. And that's what we do. We literally take what used to be fear and anxiety, worry and concern, and we turn it into optimism and strength and healing and purpose. We turn it into curiosity. We want to explore. We want to find out what is the opportunity that is coming to us through this change. I look at the picture on this card and I'm not sure what kind of flowers they are necessarily, but they, to me, super represent the idea of spring, like apple blossoms or cherry blossoms that are just bursting, literally bursting out. And the beautiful sweet smell that they have. When we see those blossoms on the trees, we don't fear them. We love them. We enjoy them. They are something that we love seeing, at least until they throw their petals all over the floor, right? All over the ground and all over our cars and stuff and make a big mess. But what happens from that? They develop this sweet fruit that we enjoy immensely, and it brings us nutritional value. So there's a whole bunch of things, opportunities for sweetness, for a beautiful fragrance coming in of energy. Okay? Don't fear change. Fear does not come from love. Fear and love are the opposites. It's not love and hate. It's love and fear. And when you're coming from that place of fear, you're coming from that place of survival mode. We are no longer there. We're in thrival mode, right? And we welcome change because it's an opportunity to expand even more into our abundance, into our success, into our prosperity in spirit first, and then it touches everything in our lives, and it touches everything in reality. We remember We are all quantumly entangled. There is nothing that you do that doesn't affect me, and there is nothing that I do that doesn't affect you. So I'm always going to be trying to remember, walking with intention, walking with purpose, understanding that when those changes come up, they're not a bad thing. They're just opportunities to expand even more into that blessings and abundance and success. Okay? So I'm really excited to see what our extended reading is in the book. Let's take a look. I do want to note also that the number 35 reduces down to an 8, which is the sign of infinity. So we know two things. Change is always constant. That's never going to stop. And we also know that we are unlimited. We are infinite in our ability to use the change for our highest good and for the highest and greatest good of all. We always have that opportunity. So let's take a look in the book and find out what our extended reading is for our card today. This is a card of rejuvenation, number 35, and it represents change. Present challenge. Accepting that your larger life goal is to grow in grace and find union with all living things. You have drawn this rejuvenation card because you may be weary of challenging life and long to have things in your life flow more easily toward love and success. You may have spent years learning a spiritual discipline, or you may be new to spirituality. In either case, you are facing a subtle but powerful spiritual challenge, one requiring you to trust your belief in the God within and to allow the beauty and intensity of the connection to smooth your path in the physical world. Angelic message is change. Change, when it is lived as a sacred process, portends a spiritual transformation. All levels of change, no matter how slight or how deeply penetrating or disruptive, have something to show you about your belief in the wisdom of your teachers, masters, and the angelic messengers who sweep through your life on a daily basis. Change comes and wakes you up to life as the spiritual process that it is. Change is different from chance, because change is intended to bring you continually closer to God, while chance is purely the random movement of physical energy. Through change, you, like an abundance of flowering blossoms, merge with the wisdom mind of God. You are continually offered the insight and ability to accept the angels drawn to you, to heal the fear, pain, and anxiety that separate you from loving yourself as a divine aspect of the God force. Change is upsetting because the unknown has no discernible texture, no familiar faces, no assurances of success. When you are unable to ascertain what is coming into your life through the mist of change, it is easy and natural to be afraid. This fear, however, can create an impenetrable barrier to the divine love searching toward convergence in your life. Through change, you can come to accept that life on physical earth is brief, and that your journey is always to gaze toward the divine and to learn of your true divinity. When you feel frightened by life, it helps to understand that you are choosing between a belief in a loving divine providence and the randomness of chance happening. Whatever comes to you can be a significant opportunity for spiritual growth, whether it was intended that way or not. Your larger life goal is to grow in grace and to find union with the divine presence through love. Spiritual opportunity. The guidance coming to you through this image of flowers is to take heart and believe in the significance of the changes taking place in your life. The blossoms, some open and some still closed, speak to the ongoing texture of your life in which some aspects will be known and others will remain obscured or elusive. You can also accept that even though not all of your life experiences have been positive, they all ultimately have a positive resolution. The brilliant white blossoms tell you that all life is created in the image of God, and that a spiritual value rests in all of your experiences, even those that are painful. Your spirit is tireless in its knowing and loving support and prodding of your life in order to help you move out of your own way so you can find the love you seek. You incarnated into this life to learn and accept the continually changing nature of your life as preparation for the continually changing nature of your eternal reality. Life to death to merger with the divine, to life to death and again to merger with the divine, and on the cycle goes. Your heart or inner mind urges you to give, share, cooperate, love, value, and honor other living things, because these are the qualities offered by a loving heart and an awakened spirit. When you are afraid that accepting the present changes in your life will bring you greater pain, fear, loss, or poverty, consider that the opposite is also and more likely true. Consider that to avoid accepting change and learning from it will produce the undesirable outcomes you are wanting to avoid. I'm going to go back to that one. Application. Think about the changes that you feel are taking shape in the spiritual currents of your life. Are you coming to the realization that on a deep level, an important relationship is over or shifting in some way, or that you must release your children to their own learning and get on with your life, or that you need to change jobs or life work, or to give up some self-defining way of life? Make a list of these impending changes and quietly, in each morning's meditation, place your hand over this list and imagine that a brilliant divine light allows God's loving current to flow through you and out of your hand to bring positive and life-enhancing resolutions to these changes. I love that. I want to come back to that too. So just real briefly, I just want to go back to that one little part there. Consider that to avoid accepting change and learning from it will produce the outcomes that you aren't wanting to begin with. I can't stress that enough. So you've been given 30 days notice you have to move out of your apartment for whatever reason, that's a pretty significant upheaval. Okay. Or your partner has just told you they're moving out, or your boss has just given you a 2-week notice that you have to find a new job. Okay. These kinds of upheavals, and those are upheavals in our lives, they can be catastrophic, or at least feel that way. And what we are being told right here is to look at the opportunity. There's always, remember, we're on a scale. We're on a polar scale, one way or the other. It's good or bad, hot or cold, light or dark. Those aren't absolutes. They're simply just measures on a scale. And if there's something that's happening in your life right now that feels bad, that feels fearful, the card that we're getting today, the message we're getting today is very clear. Don't fear this change. Be looking for the opportunity where it's going to bring you into a more full expression and realization of your true life's mission and purpose, which is to live your most authentic life, be your most authentic self, live with that passion. That's your power right there. By choosing to control how you feel, what you're thinking, how you're acting, how you're speaking, from moment to moment, trying to be that intentional about everything that you're doing, eventually gets to a point where it stops being something you think about consciously. I have to remember to think positively. I have to remember to speak positively. It's going to become not just a habit, it's going to become ingrained in your cellular structure, that you're going to constantly be looking for the positive. You're going to be constantly looking for the opportunity. It's no longer a matter of trying to feel positive or trying to, think positively. It won't be that anymore once you accept that change is inevitable. And all they are opportunities to move more fully into our most authentic selves, living our most authentic lives. What are we doing that for? It is our healing. It is how we heal. And when we heal, when we're working on healing ourselves, we are showing other people that they can do the same thing. They have the same opportunities. They have the same abilities as everybody does. When change comes up, we don't have to fear it. We can welcome the opportunity to bring us more fully into our self-love and self-acceptance. And that's how we heal the planet. That's how we ascend. That's how we get out of this fear-mongering, war-mongering, avaricious, dominant energy that we're right now experiencing on this planet, and how we bring instead love, divine love of self, divine love for the planet, for everything on the planet, where it becomes, that's our intent and that's our purpose. So that's the reading that I've got for the day. As I said, these have been extremely powerful messages that are coming through. I'm just the messenger. And I want to tell you how important it is for you to understand you are love at your center. You may not feel it. You may be feeling everything but that. Those are all just different ways of looking at it. You have the ability. You have the opportunity. Change is something we can welcome because it brings us more fully into our power of being our most authentic selves. Blessings to you. Have the most amazing, fantastic day. You make that change work for you. You go and get it, okay? You be your most abundant, prosperous self and come from a place of love. I love you. If you haven't heard that recently, you can't say anything like that anymore because I just told you that. I love you. You are amazing. Have the most fantastic day. Namaste and ciao for now.